Today is September 28th. The Yankees have concluded the penultimate series of the 2023 season, which has been an utter disaster. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy, Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy, and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy, and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks, which is brought to you by SeatGeek. Code Yanks is what you're going to want to use if you're going to a playoff game that does not include the Yankees. Maybe you've moved on to Knicks, to Rangers, to the other teams in the city, and you want to get tickets for those events. Well, use code Yanks for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. That's $20 off your first purchase with promo code Yanks, as we get yanked around for one more winning series from the Yankees. And my name's Jimmy. Jake is here. BBD is wearing a bright. It is September 28th.
Jimmy Davis, what is going on, everybody? Hope you go to SeatGeek. Use code Yanks. Go see something. Go see something else. Also, not on SeatGeek, but there's still time to get tickets to see us at Billy's in the Bronx this Sunday. That's right, Sunday morning, first game, 11:30. Me and Jimmy versus old man Dan Canobio and Jolly Olive, hook, line, sinkers. It's going to be quite the event. Go to our website. There'll be a link in the description. It's going to be a madhouse in there. It's inside of Billy's. Kids are welcome. Everybody's welcome. It's going to be a great day. So if you don't have plans Sunday, make sure you grab some ticks and come on through to Billy's in the Bronx. Jimmer, I think you're right. It's looking like this Yankee season might be over. I do get excited when you use the word penultimate. I know that's a word that excites you. It's one of those words that
it's one of those things that you can't use it all the time.
It didn't need to be made up, but someone did, and when you can use it, you use it.
Second to last, that's a mouthful. Why don't we make a nice, short, tidy word that's easier?
And don't you have the ultimate penis? Penultimate.
Penultimate.
It's one of those words that, like, the big words with Latin roots, sort of like onus, that, like, just sports writers learned it, so it's kind of the only context it ever gets used.
Did you say onus in the middle?
Yeah, onus, which means a burden, and that gets used in sports writing a lot. And I've never seen it used in any other type of writing because sports writers learned it and they like to sound smart.
You know, there's a specific word. There's a specific word for when you throw someone out a window.
I did not.
Google it.
Are you lying?
No.
You swear?
I'm not lying.
Defenestration.
Defenestration.
Because I did do that at a college party once. You know that.
I do know that.
I defenestrated that guy. Here's what I'll say about this Yankee series. Got some burns. There was actually a couple exciting moments. I know you have one new thing you're bringing to the table, which we're excited to hear. But yeah, I mean, between Kinger and Cole, we got some good stuff. Judgy with 2 homers. We got another debut. Rortvet pretends to be excited for Cole. There's a lot of like fun little moments mixed in. Volpe and Peraza both made nice plays at one point. That I don't know. For the Yankees being my backup second screen, it hit the certain level of entertainment I needed.
What was your first screen?
Well, tonight there was a football game, which was awful, so the Yankees dunked on that. And then what was I watched some Only Murders in the Building, the new season finale next week. I've been watching that.
I like that you're you're loyal to that show.
Yeah, it's just an easy watch. Like your brain just has to be half on. You're gonna get a couple silly jokes. Jess has a crush on Selena. I have a crush on Martin Short. It works out.
I have a crush on Steve Martin.
Man, he still has some times where he's just very funny.
He's very funny.
He's very
Do you think
funny.
Jack Doyle likes Steve Martin? Because I feel like
He doesn't know who Steve Martin is, but he
does
would
he
think
know
he's funny.
he knows who Steve Martin is?
they're similar brands of humor.
He would like Steve Martin. He doesn't know who Steve Martin is. Jack
Steve
Doyle.
Doesn't know him by name.
Jack Doyle will
Steve
be
Martin-
at Billy's in the Bronx Sunday.
Steve Martin would do the Jack Doyle, how Jack Doyle acted in our video that came out today on Jam Baseball. It's a must watch. But the show that Jack put on, which wasn't, it was like real and then a little twist where Jack knew it was funny, but it was mostly a
Couldn't
real
control
existential
it.
crisis.
Yeah.
That's a bit Steve Martin would do where the whole thing's like fake, but he's crushing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you hinted at this. I have
Yeah.
something new to say, and I'm going to save it for the maybe around the awards section.
Okay.
Of all the conversations, I do have something new to say.
Austin Wells with a couple hella good swipes this series.
Okay, Bader.
Legend. Is there genuinely any possible housekeeping?
Gomez got called up.
He's been up for a little.
Gomez is up. He made his debut. We're excited for him. Matt Bowman got recalled. Don't think he pitched in this series.
I have a question.
All right.
Was
Can't
there an
leave the
episode
IL.
this year where we were excited?
Ooh, interesting.
Because the flaws were allowed from the start. And I'm trying to remember. There has to be one. Like, was there an episode where we were like, yep.
Probably in May.
What jumps out in my head is Bader return, Judge return. Yankees played a good brand of baseball.
They didn't play like a fun brand in April, but they played the record that month was fine.
But we throw April out anyways because
the Yankees don't believe in April. The record on the whole was fine, and then they started going.
The old Yankees didn't believe in April.
Just remember all our
Pre-audit.
conversations.
Auditing. Let's win all the games.
Those ones count too.
I remember our conversations were like, wow, that month felt terrible, but they went 16 and 15. So that's great. And then May was good, but I feel like it was like, this is unsustainable. And then when Judge left, they started playing like a brand of like putting innings together. And we were like, whoa, you guys can do that? Do that all the time. And then Judge came back and those stopped. I don't know if we were ever like on the whole, like, yup, put this team in October once.
I think legitimately, it might have been the first couple innings of that Dodgers game before Judge hits the wall.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was on a live stream, not an episode, but
yeah, okay.
I would guess that is the most excited we got, and then that happened.
Okay. Let's shit talk the Blue Jays.
What was that last part?
I want the Blue. Wait, what did you say?
You want to know, I think the one time the Yankees kind of felt like the Yankees this year, there's a chance for that Dodger series. They swept the Reds in those games like were never games. And it was just like,
Rortvet homered.
It was just like, but those Yankees games, it was just like, oh, yeah, we're playing Cincy on the road. Like, we'll sweep. They played one of those Sunday weirdo games. They even dominated that. And it was like, okay, like the Yanks are going to get it going. I think that made their record 29-20.
The Sunday weird game was Sevy came back and was fine.
Strike
all right,
that,
for a first
reverse
start.
it. I think IKF homered and Rortvet had 2 doubles in his debut on the Red Series.
Okay. I'll get a research and development on it.
Okay. Fact checked me, R&D.
Okay, anything else you need to get off your chest before we do a couple burnaroos?
Right, two
just
hits,
stay
one
tuned.
was a double.
Just stay tuned because I have a new thought.
Stay tuned. New thought coming.
Red played 1 game, 2 hits, 1 was a double. IKF in that Red series, of course. Because why would you
Homered his little butt off.
Now?
Hey.
He homered his little butt off.
Yeah. To left field, if I remember correctly.
And IKF Manscapes. And today's show is brought to you by Manscaped. Wow. That was an accidental segue. I didn't even realize that. Manscaped, the leaders in below the waist grooming, and they are now changing the game with their Beard Hedger Pro kit. And you know what? Can I, off the record, off of what they've told us to share with you, if I was them and we've taken care of the lower body hair, I too would be like, you know what? I think we could use a lot of those methods in the upper body hairs. And with the brand new Handyman electric face shaver for a quick and convenient way to achieve a clean shaven look. Clean shaven can be a hassle, but not with the Handyman. Perfect compact tool on the go. Achieve that clean shaven look without all the effort. And 20% off and free shipping with code Yanks at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com when you use code Yanks. Click the link in the description. Did you whisper something through that tube of paper towels?
What I was doing was like when you would burn, illegally download a song and the DJ's like name was on the middle of it, or like whoever put the mixtape together.
Mustard on the beat.
I was doing that. Yanks at manscaped.com.
Okay.
Throughout the ad read. So if anyone wanted to rip that and repost it on a different show,
nice.
Kind of has our tag on it now.
They'll know.
Hey, at the beginning of that ad read,
yes.
Did you lie? Did you actually know that the Manscaped ad was coming up when you did the Manscaped segue? Or was that an earnest moment? Because there's little kids listening that want to know if you're a liar or not.
Ernest goes to camp? What are you talking about?
The importance of being earnest and the children that are listening to this show that look up to you as a role model.
Does IKF Manscaped?
Only to fit in.
Game 1, the King in the North. Blue Jays ace Kevin Gausman would take on the one true King, Michael, as he starts for New York. More zeros than Bezos' bank account. King, 6 shut. Gausman, 7 shut. There's zeros on the board until the 9th. Austin has the Blue Jays feeling unwells. 2-run Oppo Taco homer. Health is wealth with the keto diet. King to Brito to Holmes. Yanks win 2-0 final. Don't do that. I don't think that adds. I don't think that adds to the product.
I'm making sure it doesn't get stolen.
I know what you're doing.
No super burn, huh?
No super burn. Again, I think there's a couple things that'll be highlighted, and they'll be highlighted more later in the show when we do our standout performances and awards. But, I mean, Mike King and Gausman back at it. That was one of those like, oh, yeah, you guys just did this, but the first time they did it with an unfair umpire.
Yeah. And now we got a more fair umpire.
Yeah.
And King looks good. His 2 seems nasty.
It truly is gross. It's a get-out-of-the-way pitch for lefties.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch. He threw it 35% of the time in this game.
Okay.
What do you think he had more, called strikes or swing and miss strikes on it?
On his 2-seamer?
Yeah.
I would assume called strikes.
Correct. 12 called strikes, 8 swinging strikes.
Because it's a good righty foul off pitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rah.
Wow. Wow. Burrito comes out of the pen, and you liked what you saw to him?
Johnny Brito bullpen is putting together an interesting conversation for next year.
And then Clay Holmes comes and goes like slider heavy Clay Holmes again.
Why not?
Didn't he?
Nothing
I'm remembering that
matters.
right?
I can get some analytics for you. Holmes comes in, sinker to Biggio. 3 straight sliders. Well, sweepers.
Is Biggio a lefty or a righty?
Biggio's lefty.
So the righties get the slider. So Chapman got a lot after him.
So
Mark?
Chapman started out slider, sweeper, but then the next 3 were sinkers.
Front loaded him.
A little bit of a mixed bag to Belty, and then fastballs to Varsho. But 3 straight to start off to Chapman is, again, good. A form of comedy. A form of baseball comedy.
Maybe, I mean, that's what Booney said. They go to their scouting report. Oh, he's this much percent this. And then the first righty, they're just letting you know, oh, actually, it's different. It's different. Anything else you like from this game?
I mean,
You like that DJ hit 3 balls hard?
Yeah, I mean the Wells homer was pretty cool because we've seen him hit balls the other way that it seemed like he got it okay, and they weren't really threats to get out. And then he hit this one the other way, and it was like out in Toronto. So that was kind of cool.
It is cool. He's skinnier than he looks. People would do the Gary Pudgy treatment to him, and I don't think he is.
You think it's the mustache and the cheeks, or what?
A mustache in the jersey. If you wear the jersey a little bigger, and he's not, fine tuning his jersey like Stanton does.
Right.
But yeah, I was nice by him.
Okay. Game 2.
Peraza at shortstop looked really good too.
Might hear about that.
Okay.
Nice throw.
Noted. Yeah, that one play with the arm. Ooh.
Special.
That's different. Let's send him to the minors, not trade him, and barely play him.
Woo! Asset auditing.
Auditing.
Wait,
trade us enough.
Or auditing.
This guy was a top prospect. You called him up, didn't play him. Auditing. He's the best shortstop in your whole farm system. You got him playing other positions. Auditing. Fucking like 2 of Cashman's cronies run out the room. Fuck. Dripping sweat.
I feel like you should say cronies more.
You know what'd be funny, man? If Hal was the boss, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I got these guys. They're going to audit you, all your work that you've been doing for me. And then before the audit even begins, Hal says they're going to be, auditing all the info, talking out loud. You want to watch it with me? Like through like a, another room that like you're listening in on like, like when they do crime scene interrogations,
Sure.
The rest of the cops are listening on the outside. Like that. How's like, you want to watch it with me?
Yeah.
And then the guys that are like, no, fire them. They're worried about the audit.
Yeah, I mean, I just ran through the thought of George Steinbrenner letting another group of people audit his organization, and that would never happen.
He'd hire the firm to be the people and fire all the people.
You want an audit? Let's do it. Manager, we're losing games. You're fired.
Yeah.
Jeter, like you stay.
What's to look at? We stink. Let's clean house. I don't need someone coming and looking at my underwear drawer to tell me they're dirty.
I apologize for nothing.
That needs to be posted more.
Yeah. Should that be like our losing game post or something?
It just needs to be. It needs to be more around.
Every time the Yankees hit like the opposing team with a pitch, maybe we just tweet that or something.
There's people that don't know what we're talking about. It was from the Jeter documentary, and Steinbrenner got suspended because he like hired people to intimidate Dave Winfield, right? And like spy on Dave Winfield and fuck with shit. I mean, there's a lot of stuff he was doing, and they suspended him. What's that?
Yeah, they're just spying on him.
And then there's like he has a press conference in reaction to him getting suspended. I hope I don't have the timeline.
No, I think it's coming back. I think he serves his suspension, his first press conference back.
And he opens it up.
He's been reinstated.
The first words are, "I apologize for nothing."
I'll call Joe's quick because it's his favorite.
See if he,
okay.
Oh, asshole!
What do you do?
That's
straight
funny.
to voicemail.
Oh, I got some choice words for him. All Spanish. All
do
Spanish.
That's kooky.
You want me to try?
You call him. Why don't I burn game 2?
All right.
If he picks up, we'll stop.
Okay.
Talking Yanks, exclusive. Yankees fans have let out a lot of sighs this season, but they'd hope to release one more sigh. Gerrit Cole with one start between him and a man cave trophy. Jose Berrios would have his day in court, but it was a bad day to see the judge. 2-run homer for the big fella. G-Unit. This is how we do. 2 RBI single, and Judgment Day continues. The big fella's second homer off of the day. And why no Blue Jays updates, Jake? Because Cy Cole went for one last ride. Complete game shutout in the Great North. Enjoy your hardware, Gerrit. Yanks win 6-0 final.
You know when George Steinbrenner did apologize?
When's that? Yogi? Kinda?
No,
After
it was
like 18
October
years?
29th of 1981. And he took out an ad in the newspaper and said, "I want to sincerely apologize to the people of New York and to the fans of the New York Yankees everywhere for the performance of the Yankee team in the World Series. I also want to assure you that we will be at work immediately to prepare for 1982. I want also to extend my congratulations to Peter O'Malley and the Dodger organization, a fine team that didn't give up, and to my friend, Tom Lasorda, who managed a superb season, playoffs, and brilliant World Series."
I'm pretty sure after each season the Yankees did not win the World Series, George wrote a letter to the fans.
Did he?
I believe.
Joe's,
No?
what's your favorite quote from Steinbrenner?
Which one?
Your favorite?
Oh, hey.
No, George.
My favorite quote from him is, if you do something nice for someone and one other person knows about it, you did
Did it for the wrong reasons. That's genuinely my favorite quote by him as well. But what
Ask him his
about,
favorite press conference quote.
What your favorite opening to a press conference quote?
I regret nothing.
Is it "I regret nothing" or "I apologize for nothing"? Either way, it's awesome.
He says, I apologize for nothing. After his suspension, after doing what he did to Winfield, I apologize for nothing, no regret.
Okay, go Yanks. See ya.
And
Love you too.
That was
Wow.
Steinbrenner beat reporter Joe's McFly.
Yeah, he's on the beat.
That's good.
In 2021, Hal Steinbrenner. Oh, look here. It says that Hal got a newspaper article in 2021 entitled, "Why aren't you guys happy? The playoffs are a crapshoot, and our Yankees performed just fine. What do you want from me? To be my dad? That's literally my nightmare."
Where's that from?
Is that verbatim?
It's creedthoughts.com.
So if anyone wants to read more about that, head over to creedthoughts.com.
Miami and New York Mets in a weather delay in the 9th inning.
Yeah.
With 2 outs. Good stuff.
Miami's got to hate the Mets.
Yes.
I apologize for nothing.
Judge 2 homers, Gerrit Cole, Cy Young.
Oh, them good Yanks good.
Mm-hmm.
Them good guys good.
FaceTime from Nikki Cass, just celeb episode?
Sure.
Okay. And Jake
Sure he knows he's on Talkin' Yanks.
Hey, you're live on Talkin' Yanks.
Thank you.
Oh, Lord.
What'd you think about their season? Pretty good?
I thought that they could do better.
3 games left.
Firm agree.
I love them. I just think that this season was a little bit of a disappointment. The boys could have done a little bit better of a job squaring up the baseball.
Nope, no lies.
No
hey, can I
notes.
call you back?
Yeah, give me a call back.
All right, I'll see ya.
You're right.
You want to do game 3?
Game 3.
It was the one they played today.
Chris Bassetthound would hope to call off the Yankees dogs as they try to sweep the Jays in Toronto. Luke Dreamweaver hoping he doesn't wake up, but Varsho, Chapman, and Biggio, oh my. And like an alcoholic dad in a movie, Toronto takes the belt out. 3-run homer to make it 6-0. Blue Jays salvage the last game of the series, but Yankees take it 2 games out of 3.
Go Yankees, go. I was rooting for them the whole time. They lost.
Bassett's awesome, man.
Yeah, he is fun. And I was going to compliment Weissert. You said K did, and then he gave up 3 hits and looked bad again.
Yeah, Kaster noted Weiss dog. He's been throwing 2 fastballs, 4-seam and 2-seam, and he's been throwing them more with the slide Jones as much more of an accent piece. And then and with a little more
confidently,
standing a little taller on the mound, if you will. And then today he got hit. For our podcast only listeners, James has walked to the back of his studio, and he was mimicking Weissert's stance on the mound. Now he's brought his mic with him. I didn't know it had that kind of range.
This is better for you. I kind of got.
Oh, this is good.
I kind of got a stage.
Oh boy, standing on
better.
a chair.
Can you see me?
Like.
We can see you.
This is
that front foot.
This is what the batters see. This is what the batters see.
Mimicking Weissert's motion. Standing on a chair in his basement with an
not a chair. Foot. It's like a little toy cubby. But Weissert looks so uncomfortable in that position. That's what I noted when I was watching with Beebs in the office the other day. Just looks so twisted up.
And hate to be dumb, but how much more does that give you? Because it also allows the opposing team to just steal bases, and it's not really helping you. So it seems like if I was auditing this kind of situation, I would say stand normal.
You're not more comfortable with that.
The auditor should. If the audit company's good,
right?
They have one guy on their team that goes and listens to the fans.
Ooh.
What do the
because that's part of
a fan. What that's part of running a team and a business. You want to serve the fans in a way. So then they're listening to the podcast. So, hey, Mr. Audit dude, one thing that I want to make sure is addressed is that we stop playing the roster manipulation game more than the baseball games during the regular season. Okay, Mr. Audit Man. 2 years ago, Auditor, they kept Rougned Odor, real name, on the roster, even though he was awful the whole time.
Why'd you say real name?
Because he was cheap. The Auditor guy isn't a baseball guy. And
He shouldn't be, at least.
And they kept him on the roster the whole time just because he was free. There was better options in the minors and on anywhere in free agency. And this was a known losing effort on a playoff hopeful team. And it was only because if they cut him from the team, they would then have to pay for him. Not that much money. Not that much money.
Not that much.
And
money.
If they don't tell you about that situation during your audit right now, please pass this along.
Auditing.
Do you have anything you want to tell the guy? Mark with a C, probably. By the guesses.
The past couple times you've gone into that kind of like message to the auditor speech, you kind of sound, there's a Pat and Oswald rant that it sounds like.
Is cursive magic?
It's not that one, but that's a good one too.
It's not that one.
But here's what I'll say. Auditors, we're open. We will set down a meeting, and there's already been some talks that we might hold our own internal audit. As we try to fill October Talkin' Yanks episodes, which we're going to be, maybe we do the Knights of the Round Table. Maybe we get Joe's old man Dan, BBD, maybe Dan Rourke. That's an interesting auditor. And maybe we really audit this thing the old-fashioned way.
All right.
That could be a good app.
But what I said was real, Mr. Audit Guy.
No, that is a real one. That is the worst example of the not worse as in like you gave a bad one. That's
keeping a bad player on your team because they were free and you're the Yankees? Yes.
You're the team that makes the most money from the baseball part of the business.
Guy that wasn't playing well.
Heart of the team, though.
Yeah. Okay. Awards?
I like to tell people that Rougned Odor was kind of miracle made for the Yankees. It was kind of like, wow. What miracle made actually is, they're sheets. They're on my bed at home right now. Cannot wait to get back to them, lay my head down, and enjoy a comfortable temperature because that's kind of what matters. You don't want to be too hot. You don't want to be too cold. And this was inspired by NASA. Yeah, those guys. They know what they're dealing with. Because if they don't, it's like crazy scary. So they like have to get stuff figured out. Miracle Made. It's also self-cleaning. They're infused with silver that prevents up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, which can clog your pores, allows them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer. And if you go to trymiracle.com/Yanks to try Miracle Made Sheets today, you will also get yourself 3 free towels, bong, and you can save over 40%. Promo code Yanks at checkout. You'll get 3 free towels and save an extra. Oh my God. You might be making money if you go to Miracle Made. That's an asterisk Jake caveat. That's not true. But you use sheets. You use towel. You should give Miracle Made a shot. Trymiracle.com/Yanks and code Yanks. Claim your free 3-piece towel set. Save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Yanks. Treat yourself. You use sheets and towels. Use these sheets and towels. Bang. Click the link.
Bang. Click the link. Dude, can I tell you something?
Yes.
Or
Jim.
better yet, can I ask you to something? What game of the season
Okay.
do you think Rougned Odor made his first appearance for the 2021 Yankees?
Oh,
What
God.
number game?
You know I'm not good at this. I want to say it's surprisingly early. I want to say it's like, I'll go April 26th.
Well, no, what game number out of 162?
24.
9.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh. I thought he was like a mid-season pickup in the way my brain was telling me, or like a June.
I in my head he was like a surprise early May trade.
Yeah,
and I guess it was early April.
I think I only have that because I think we've played this game before. I think I've been stupefied with that one before.
Check out this Wednesday, April 14th roster.
Oh, boy.
2021. Hicks leadoff,
Yep.
Judge batting 2, Gardner 3,
Yep.
Gary Sanchez 4, Glaber 5, Jay Bruce 6, Urshela 7, Odor 8, Higgy 9. Bruce and Odor shared the right side of the infield.
Think they stay in touch?
Oh,
They lost that game.
What? Auditing.
To the Blue Jays, and we're back.
Who was the right side of their infield?
Simeon and Tellez.
Okay.
yeah, I just didn't have Rugi and Mike Talkman overlapping, and they did for 2.5 weeks.
And Talkman talked to him.
Rowdy and Simeon went 3-4-9.
That was Simeon's, 6 WAR year. Rowdy got traded, I think. But he's good.
He's good.
It is good. Odor and Bruce went 0-7.
Tough matchup.
It was TJ Zook, so no. Kluber started for the Yankees.
TJ's like Scoop.
They gave Kluber so much money for a known bad season.
Yeah.
He unlocked Mike King.
Shit, dude, there's bad moves in this audit that I've forgotten about.
Yeah, we've never fully agreed on Kluber. I mean, that one, I think there's still a chunk of moves ahead of that one, but
Well, that was a bad one.
It
though.
it certainly didn't become a good move.
Not a
We're
great
in agreement
move.
there, but
Justin Wilson
auditing.
auditing.
didn't become a good move.
That was
Yeah,
rough.
man. Yanks stank at moves. Ew. All right, who gets to give out the pride of the Yankees first?
Pride of the Yankees. Yeah.
I think it's you, Big Swole.
I'm gonna go with Gerrit Cole.
Yeah. Okay.
Complete game shutout to cap off his Cy Young season. Obviously, go out with a bang. Really excited for what he can do. He's just showing a lot of promise, and best pitcher in the American League. Got a bully mate, which helped him. So I'm gonna go Gerrit Cole.
Pretty cool. I even wondered, because again, none of the Yankee stuff matters. I wondered if after his last start, because it was good, if they might just dip and be like, hey, collect your trophy. He comes out and he does even better. 9 innings, 2 hits, no walks, 5 Ks. Comes in, takes some batting practice today because he's a chiller, you know?
He's done pitching. Might as well hit.
Done pitch. Might as well show you fellas what I used to do in the NL, you know?
Couple ding dongs to his name.
What? Say that last sentence again.
The Yanks keep trading scores with teams. They win 7-1. They lose 7-1. They win 6-0. They lose 6-0. Something's up with that. Spooky. Waverly Place.
Video coming soon.
Gerrit Cole got it done with the fastball, Jake.
Yeah.
And then a lot of curveballs.
And if I remember from a Sharp Stats from KT Sharp a couple weeks ago, his fastball has basically been one of the best pitches in baseball this year. So that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. He got 26 swings on the fastball, 3 whiffs, 11 foul balls, 12 put in play. Not for many hits, though.
Not for
he's my pride of the Yankees, man. Probably my season-long pride of the Yankees. And that's easy. I'd even let you double up on that with me.
I normally would.
No, not on this series, but a season-long pride of the Yankees.
Right.
I'd let you double up with Cole.
I normally would. But yeah, and I think this is part of the reason I enjoyed this series, because I mentioned a couple times that I've had the sad moment of being like, wow, this season really happened. It's sad and it's over. I had a nice moment of where Cole pitched a complete game shutout and my pride of the Yankees, Aaron Judge, hit 2 homers. And I was like, this is sick. Like, this is awesome. I love watching these two play baseball, auditing. I really enjoyed the second game of the series. And Aaron Judge is an absolute Looney Tune. He's an absolute Looney Tune. His stats in an abbreviated season are all time in an abbreviated season. I mean, the 37 homers and now 104 games played it's just ridiculous. And I do love that, the broadcast booth, they know they're fighting uphill right now this time of year. And I do love, David Cohn knows the game of baseball as well as anyone. And he knows, I think, just the game of life and the game of broadcasting as well. And he's like, yeah, Judd, we got robbed of another 60-homer season. And it's like, well, he's pretty close to that pace, which is awesome. And maybe we did. That's the crazy part.
I think we did. Well, no, we got robbed of flirting with it for sure.
We got robbed of a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thanks, LA. Elvis Peguero. You like him?
I do. I always confuse him with, I think, Elvis Luciano. I think one of the original kids that the Blue Jays dragged as the last kid in their bullpen.
That was Elvis. I think Luciano.
Yeah, I always confuse them because their name's Elvis.
What do you know about Elvis Peguero?
I think he's good, right? But I always confuse him with Luciano, so I never give him enough love.
Oh, he's on the Brewers right now.
Yeah.
He's getting holds.
Oh.
Big innings. I think he's on the IL right now.
Yeah,
he was.
That's what I have right now.
I have Piamps over him. I have Uribe coming in over him.
Yeah, but this guy before he got hurt was doing well on the Brewers back end of the bullpen.
And there's no reason, right? You're just saying his name?
No, we traded him for Andrew Heaney. Auditing. Gallo trade is a whole stink pot of shit. Damn. That one looks bad.
Jansen Junk also goes with Peguero from the Yankees to the Angels to the Brewers. So
yeah, but Junk hasn't been.
He doesn't matter. I just like when that happens.
Yeah. Okay. Who's your pride?
I already did it.
Do it again.
Let's do Yankee MFer.
You Yankee motherfucker.
Me. I'm going to give it to myself. Hand up. I'm going to take this one. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not happy with myself. Oh, Jake's standing on the chair, and he is now Weissert. Oh, he's like Mike Messina Weissert. Mike Messina when he's like checking the runner out at first base. Oh yeah. You moving? Oh. Nice. Heads out of frame. Yeah, I'm gonna go with myself, you know.
Okay.
I think that's deserved.
All right, man.
Sort of
What
put
do you
Jake in a spot.
Just left it all out there, huh?
Yeah.
Just want to feel
I mean,
the
the people-
pain.
People have had enough.
All
People
I
have
know
had
is
enough.
pain. What? How can I maintain? What? Good MFer. Oh, golly, James. I'm going to go Luke Weaver.
What? All right, hold on. My son is screaming. I don't know if Katie has headphones in. So tell everyone about Luke Weaver. I gotta go check.
You go
on him.
check on that.
Check on that.
The reason I'm picking Luke Weaver, and it's partially being rude, it's partially being nice. You guys know where the MFer ends up sometimes. On the Yankees broadcast today, I was shocked. I almost spit out my milk. And I told BBD. Michael Kay said, is Luke Weaver pitching for a spot with the Yankees next year? And don't get me wrong. I know there's a business to baseball and 40-man and depth pieces and all of that. And maybe in a way he is. But auditing, Luke Weaver, who is 30 years old, even though he looks very young. If it was a me, BBD, and Luke Weaver podcast, you would guess he is the youngest on this show.
You know, it's a trait that you'll be happy to have one day.
And Luke Weaver has pitched pretty nicely for the Yanks.
For what he's asked to do, he's been great.
Even when you add in today, he has been fine, serviceable for the Yankees. And hey, I hope there's a time. I hope there's eggs on my face next year. I hope next year it's the middle of May and Luke Weaver is pitching 2 innings as the last man in our bullpen. He's kind of lickying and just getting people out, and that's cool. But Michael Kay on the broadcast saying is Luke Weaver pitching for a spot on the Yankees next year, auditing, I'm out.
Yeah, I was saying.
I mean, this might be the most unbalanced of 2 MFers ever in like deserving it. I thought Weaver pitched good. I don't know why they took him out.
Well,
He's
MFer's
at the pitch
endearing.
count.
I've tried to tell you this before.
Huh?
MFer's kind of endearing.
Oh yeah, you do like giving it
Yeah.
to the first person. I don't know why they took him out.
I think he was at like the pitch count they had for him.
He does. Is that what he does? I guess I haven't been checking on.
I think
Luke
that's
Weaver's
been why
pitch
he
count.
hasn't given length in other games as well. I believe he was at 77 pitches tonight, which does feel
Yeah.
lighter than I would have thought if he was pitch counting. Jake,
I guess so.
On what
That's
you
where-
were
that's
saying,
where they're at.
on what you were saying, Jake, I literally said while he was pitching to somebody else, oh, well, he's pitched well enough that I guess he'll for sure get a minor league deal from someone next year. So I don't know, just Kay and I were on different wavelengths on what we've seen from Luke Weaver so far, and I've liked what I've seen from
If Luke Weaver's in Tampa twirling the pill as our 9th starter, competing for a bullpen spot
NRI.
with next year's Litkeys and Hamilton and all that, awesome. But pushing on the broadcast, pitching for a job next year, I don't know.
Somewhere.
I don't know.
And that's
Kay said
anytime
for the
everyone
Yankees.
pitches. He said for the Yankees on the broadcast.
While I was watching Weaver pitch today, And watching is so loosely used. The game's on.
You noticed sometimes.
It's in front of me. I know the score at all times, and I'm watching. But there's so little input. It's like when you read a book and you're like, wait, what just happened on that page? And today was the first time I think this is his fourth start for the Yankees or third. I don't know.
I think 3.
Where I said, what's Weaver's pitch mix? And I love knowing that about pitchers.
Yeah.
I haven't given a damn about Luke Weaver.
Yeah.
Until today when he was pitching decently against the Blue Jays. And I was like, I saw him throw a cutter. And I was like, what was that? And then I said, what's his pitch mix? I didn't look it up because I was feeding Claire, and that kind of takes 2 hands. And then I thought maybe this dude should get a spot in the rotation next year. So I just couldn't disagree more with you.
Okay. So just to confirm, and so we can get the tweet out, you have Luke Weaver in your rotation next year.
That's not what I said. What are you gonna? How could you hear what I said?
Talkin Yanks exclusive.
I said
this is exclusive.
I thought. Should he be the number 2?
Jokes were made tonight.
If memory serves, he threw one cool curveball to Matt Chapman in the first inning.
Ooh.
I was like, oh, that's cool.
Little teaser for awards, and awards are brought to you
Are you guys still
by-
at Yes Network on in front of you?
No, I switched to SNY in case the Mets come back.
Aaron Bossy was just like full face, just yelling something. It was awesome.
I love catching glimpses of him.
Aaron Bossy, sneaky runs one of the best Instagram accounts in the world. You know where things are heating up? The ballpark. Because playoff baseball is coming up for the other half of the league. And if you bet $5 on baseball, you will get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Wow. So what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Yanks. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on baseball only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Yanks. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. Licensee partner, Golden Nugget, Lake Charles. 21 plus. Ages vary by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. See dkng.co/baseball for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility, deposit restrictions apply. Jimmy.
I like it when you call me Big Pop. Regular old awards. This one is the Something Borrowed, Something Blue award.
Okay, Jim, traditionally in American culture, and I do think this has gone away a little bit, but in the wedding tradition, they use something borrowed, something blue. I forget the rest, although I do like that episode of Friends.
Yeah, did you do this for your wedding?
No.
I've only heard of this in Friends.
I mean, I think that's the episode where Joey finds his hand twin, which is one of the best jokes ever done.
Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, and a sixpence in your shoe. Welcome to the Smooth.
Oh, it's a little late for schmooze.
Oh my God, you think schmooze is daytime? That's nutty. Worst thing
early
you've said
for
of the
him.
The worst thing I've said.
Talkin Yanks.
Exclusive. This hand is your hand. This hand is my hand. No, wait, that's your. Jim, who are you giving? Okay, so I guess.
Yep.
I don't know, Pop. Who would you want to talk about? Oswaldo Cabrera.
Wrong.
Okay.
Weird guess. Note it. Weird guess.
Exclusive.
No, not him. Estevan Florial.
Flow Rider. Big series.
Estevan Haniel Florial.
You coming around? Florial Hive?
I wouldn't say that, but this is something new.
Okay.
Florial can play ball. That's my new thought.
Really?
Well, no way like on the Yankees next year,
Okay.
but I mean, another team should now pick him up, and I'll root for him to
Should get
like,
a major league opportunity.
be the center fielder for the Rockies next year or something like that. But yeah, he's getting on base. He's doing what he needs to do. I think he has like been on base 12 of 13 games or something like that. His first game he went 0 for 4. He was scared and he was nervous, so I'm taking that out. If you take that one out, 273 batting average, 377 on base in his 13 games, 53 plate appearances. That's pretty good. If you put that one back in, it drops down to 250, 351 because it's very small sample size. But yeah, no, I've been somewhat impressed by the at-bats. I think he's overmatched at times. Like today, he swung and missed at an 0-2 cement mixing high curveball, like it was a bug he was trying to swat away from his face. And I was like, whoa, dude, how did you not were you not prepared for a breaking pitch 0-2? Like, I don't know. But he's getting on base, so that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, Bassett got to toy with the kids today, which was kind of fun. Florial made a solid catch in center in the Cole game. Florial has a weird little bit, and man, I think it's reps, and we've heard this in the Florial scouting report, and it's just common sense that we don't talk about in baseball enough. And Marcus Semien is now the prime example of there's nothing like Major League Baseball reps that, I don't know, man. Florial, I admittedly have a soft spot from Florial. It's not even from the just prospect hype. It's more so from the first couple times he got called up. He was it was a weird mix of baby deer meets bull in a china shop. Like he couldn't control his legs, but he was this physical specimen. And I don't know, in a way, in his at-bats, he controls the zone a little bit, but he has massive swing and miss. So I don't know. I don't know what that means for a major league career. I don't know what that means for anything, but there's a little small, soft room in my heart for Flo.
You must have said, I don't know, 10 times in the middle of that.
I don't know.
There. You don't want him on the Yankees next year.
In a dream world, if he had another option and he was our fifth outfielder, I'd be open to it.
What? So AAA.
Right.
Yeah.
But our AAA players play for the Yankees.
We break camp. They say they loved what we saw at a Florial down the stretch. We're excited to have him in Major League camp. They can do big things for off the bench, spell some guys in the outfield, and bring a lefty presence and speed to the bench. Your thoughts?
You would need 3 or 4 other really good outfielders.
It wouldn't change the 2 outfielders they need to bring in.
Like, I like Florial, but the Yankees need to move on from that being part of their thought process in any way at all.
Well, the funny thing is Florial never has been.
Exactly.
Which would be funny if he becomes a contributing
Wells,
major leaguer.
You get Wells and Volpe or Peraza. That's all you get next year. Sorry, Flo. But good stuff.
Okay. Exciting.
Okay.
Exclusive.
Your first award.
My first award. My first award is going to be the My Family's Gonna Need a Little Time award.
Whoa. My family's going to need a little time. Award. Peraza.
It's a decent guess, actually, but it's wrong. Jim, you know, I consider you family at this point. We've been through a lot.
Blood brothers.
We texted the other night, exclusive. And we were basically, and it's an attachment to the Florial conversation. Young Austin Wells. We're leaving our hearts open to Austin Wells. He has a couple nice game stretch here. He hits a couple homers. He's been catching every game. The catching part has seemed fine. They were getting tormented with Weissert out there, but that seemed like more of a Weissert problem. Austin Wells has a nice lefty swing. We're a sucker for those as Yankee fans. As you kind of just alluded to, you can only have so many true rookie young players on a team and be successful unless they're massive, massive prospects, if you're going to point to the Orioles or someone like that. That however many young guys the Yankees do bring back next year brings in a bit of risk with each one. So, Austin Wells, Jim, you and I are both hesitant because there's a chance, right? I mean, he's got a nice swing. He's got good energy to him. He's been catching games. We're a little scared. It's almost like there was a boyfriend or girlfriend that you dated in high school, and then you went away in college and you broke up, and then you guys started dating again, and so you tell your family, and they're like, really? Like, you're gonna, I don't know. Like, we're not really gonna we don't hate the person.
We all shit talked her already.
Yeah, like we're not against it if you're happy, but also this probably doesn't work out. But if it does work out, we will end up supporting you, and we'll say, yeah, that was a weird sophomore blip of college type deal. But for now, we're a little nervous to let Austin Wells in the door.
Yeah, it's not like he's like the starter. But I just don't think the catching position is an area that you should focus on that much, Or they go screw defense, about face. We've audited everything. Turns out, hell, everything that we thought we're wrong. We'll do the opposite. Maybe that's this. And they're like, offense only. They go get Gary Sanchez, Gary and Austin Wells platoon sluggers from the catching position. Gerrit Cole. Boycotts.
I mean, Rorvet's on the team. He has one job.
Sad.
Or like Rorvet does come in every 8th inning for Wells or Gary.
He has to finish every game.
He's the closer.
He has to catch the
Rorvet.
closers that bounce balls.
He's Mickey's legs.
It's probably going to be Wells and Trevino, but I like Higgy.
I like Higgy too.
Who do you believe in having like an offensive season? More over Trevino and Higgy.
What's the question?
If they're platooning
Right.
with Wells, Trevino's one of the best defensive catchers going. He's awesome. So he has Higgy beat there. But offensively,
Easily Higgy.
I don't think that would be easy for some people who I agree, but who fell in love with Trevino last year, and he had a really good season last year. Had a lot of clutch hits, but yeah, I agree. If it was a platoon situation, like I think Higgy's easily the better.
Higgy's hit lefties the past 2 years now.
Yeah, and overall, it's now 2 years now. That's just like kind of April or even April and May where he went kind of over, but since then, just hit enough for that position.
Higgy's like a sick backup catcher. He's this kind of odd job character, but he plays a little defense. He runs into one there. And I think Trevino, and you're right, like our heartstrings at this part of this season were so far removed from Trevino that we forget how fun he was. But, his Yankee highlights are kind of an outlier for him. So I don't know. I guess I hope there's more in there, but it's going to be a very interesting conversation with the Yankees and where they go with that position.
Yeah, and it's not a priority, so that's the weird thing.
Yeah, I can't imagine a world where they're like bringing someone else in. They just kind of sort it out amongst those three plus Rortvedt up and down. But yeah. And Cole, we think prefers Trevino at this point, but it's kind of whoever the other guy is.
We know what Cole prefers.
Trevino's the one he takes out in public. Rortvedt's nighttime. It was The Sopranos.
He pays for Rortvedt, and they do stuff that his wife does not let him do.
Trevino's like, oh, you don't talk to me like that. I'm not Ben. A lot of people have had to say that in the Yankees clubhouse recently. Hey, I'm not Ben. You don't get to treat me like that.
Coney knows what he's doing. Coney said, Coney dropped something that he's like, yeah, Cole and Rortvedt, they really do have kind of a special relationship going. And he's like, sometimes you can't see that because when Cole shakes him off, it reminds me of my dad shaking me off as a kid. Yep. Yeah.
Rortvedt had an interview I saw where he was trying to say, I know there's a lot of jokes out there, but it's good. It's a good relationship. Like, we give it to each other. But he didn't say it like that. But I knew what he was trying to say.
Well, he also had to answer to people not thinking he was real. So he's just had a lot of weird questions.
It's been an interesting ride for Ben Rortvedt. Probably the best athlete that you would know to come out of your high school. Little J Happ here, right? Like, this guy's a catcher that's made it to the big leagues. And his kind of Yankees experience has been, we might have started a rumor he's not real. And now he's getting bullied by a teammate, and that's the only time he plays.
Where do you think Ben Rortvedt is from?
Florida.
Wisconsin.
He's from Wisconsin. Were you looking?
Yeah.
Only player to come out of that high
Appreciate
school.
The honesty.
Oh, honest guy. Unlike you.
Unless you're fibbing.
Or guessing.
Well, sometimes you fib, and that happens.
Sometimes I guess.
The last player from his high school that played in pro ball
Jay Anderson.
Yes, and that was 1946.
Yes, died in a car crash at 92.
Oh.
That was a guess. See, that one was just a guess.
You have one more award.
Okay. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I know.
I looked up Verona High School, Wisconsin alumni, and the first one listed is Ben Rortvedt, so I'm not sure he's bested by anybody.
Just Gerrit.
My last award of the Blue Jays series goes to, and I have so much new things to say about so many new people.
What was your new thing? Did we get it yet?
Yeah, Florial should get picked up by another team.
Should get a major league opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was new. That's a new thought I had.
That is new. Okay.
No other thoughts are new. That's why I'm having trouble forming this last award. I'll go with the award.
Yum?
You say yum or
the first horse that ever got ridden. Famous quote.
My king.
No,
That's fine.
they're fine. Volpe.
Okay. You gotta talk.
That's all I have. Like if I'm out on the street now and people are like, what do you think about, what do you got on Volpe? All I can offer at this point is and then I'd have to change the subject or something. No thoughts.
He's laid it out for himself next year.
Well, I want to ask Boone, do you think we're going to have first crack at end of the year press conference Boone? Because we get him.
Yes.
Usually there's like 5 days before they do that, right?
I mean, it's going to be interesting. Normally it's after
It'll be interesting
a
if they do
loss.
it Monday. But
because they in the past have straight up said he's the starter at camp next year, right? There's three words they say. He's the starter, it's his to lose, or it's open competition. Now, when Glaber got kicked off shortstop, it was like it's his to lose. And when Urshela won third base, they just said, no, he's our starting third baseman next year. They've declared it. I want to ask Boone, is it Volpe's no matter what? Can Peraza like steal it in spring? If it can it be someone new? Because it should not be Volpe's no matter what. If they're auditing and trying to rechange and actually like fucking win at every position next year, he should be in competition or his to lose, but it should not just be automatic.
Unfortunately, they haven't audited yet. Boone will say it's his starting position.
I'm interested.
Okay.
I think your best case is Boone makes a comment about not wanting to speak in absolutes this early in the offseason.
Which would be then, not saying it. But I'm saying they have said it a lot.
I think when Boone comes on here, he makes a point to defend how quality Volpe's year has been for a rookie at shortstop.
Well, yeah, we could then just throw stats back in his face. That'd be fun to do.
Yeah, and he would come back with the defensive and war stuff and who else, and he's young.
The approach.
He doesn't know war. The approach is hard.
That's what I'm telling. You can have that conversation with him. I'm projecting what he would say.
Oh,
the day in, day out behind the scenes.
I'm interested in that because if they're auditing everything, then like everything should be on the table and no one should be declared a spot besides Judge and Cole.
Pretty much.
Maybe he'll say that. That would be refreshing to hear.
Yes, it would.
That'd be refreshing to hear.
He struck out trying to hit an outside fastball into the hotel today. It was all too familiar sight.
ATFS.
Kid works hard.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
John Boy Media.
Exclusive.
I'm going to go with the Picking on the Fat Kid Award.
Rude.
A little bit.
Cole.
Ooh. It's a funny guess. I'm going to be honest with you. So credit to you for that.
Thank you. September 28th.
That is the worst watermark I've ever heard.
That's a timestamp, not a watermark.
Talking Yanks.
So it's 3/4 to Peraza, 1/4 to Volpe, but you just gave him a word. We mentioned it earlier in the episode. Peraza made a throw from shortstop that I think I'm not using hyperbole. The throw itself was special. Threw across his body, in the hole, in the air, on a line. Like, everyone watching that play, if you've watched a lot of baseball, you've seen that and you expect the ball to bounce right to the mitt on a line.
Dude, audible reaction when they panned over on the panned over, and it was just like right to the chest. I went, oh,
You don't see that. You really don't.
no, it was awesome.
That was a special, rare throw in baseball. Only problem, because Anthony Volpe made a really nice play going up the middle today. Both plays were made against Alejandro Kirk. So I don't know if it was confidence. I don't know if there was a little bit of like less concern about the base runner. Maybe it didn't matter. They both made nice plays at shortstop. And Peraza, who will be a conversation piece this offseason, I don't know. I don't know what the Yankees are looking for or asking for, but defensively, and this became a hot topic on the internet, and I don't even want to really whisper it at the end of a Talkin' Yanks, but what you're mentioning with Volpe's offensive season, Peraza could have put up the same season.
Yeah.
But Peraza can play equal to / better defense. Peraza has similar power, and Peraza has similar to more speed. Peraza's going to be a very interesting conversation this offseason.
A lot of people could have put up. Volpe hit 207 with a 283 on base percentage and a slugging in threes. Like, a lot of people could put that up. So I agree. Like, there is a crapshoot. That's why it should be competition again, in my opinion. But in actuality, both of them should not be available next year. They should move one. But I don't know who. And then if they do that, they would have to move Peraza. But you can't have like Volpe at short, Peraza at third. That's not on the options list. Can't have both of those bats slotted in out of spring training
with the catcher
as well, and Stanton.
Oh,
it's true though.
Not wrong.
So these audit guys better know what they're talking about. Better have some gusto, you know? Let's not be little pansy auditors.
They typically are not.
Shouldn't be.
They don't Dude,
call honestly, if Peraza's going to be like right. Stick to his approach guy too, like he hits the ball hard on a line. I wish Volpe would do it, but Peraza kind of hasn't abandoned that.
No, I mean, Peraza doesn't really control the zone. Like,
neither is Volpe. He's supposed to. He doesn't.
Yeah. Peraza stats are bad. All right. We spent too much time on this team.
Yeah. All right. Go Yanks. Tom Grams.
Go Yankees.